Got it. All right, we should be going live real soon. Let me go ahead and check. Okay, all right, we're live. All right, everybody, we've got a goodie tonight. We're sitting down with Danny the Bull, financial news and views. Heck yeah. Thank you so much, Danny, for taking your time on a Saturday.
Saturday night. Live from Saturday night.
You know what? We're going to have fun. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, it's super laid back. It's just so that way the viewers, they obviously know Danny. You know, Danny, the YouTuber, Danny the Bull, you know, financial news and views, obviously. But, you know, a little bit about your background, you know, maybe like where you grew up, cartoons, so on and so forth. So let me get ahead and start to grab that link. But while I do that, talk to me. Tell me, how did you spend your New Year's, your holidays?
Man, how did I spend my New Year's? We kept it small this year because of Omicron. So right before New Year's, it invaded my house. My wife, my daughter,
oh, no way,
tested positive. Yeah. So, you know, we were quarantining through Christmas. We did Christmas alone in the house. And for New Year's, we kept it small. They were good by then. So we did about, 10 people, some family, and that was it.
Man, you know, it's better. It's better off, you know, just that's what we did. We just kind of just laid low, just chilled out. And we were watching a movie. And then 10 minutes before the ball dropped, we turned it off, watched the ball drop, put the movie back on, you know, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, just super low key, super low key.
I spent that whole week in the basement down here because I had to isolate from them.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So it was kind of good. I liked it. Kind of liked it.
Did you get to do some extra YouTube content?
Yeah, I did some extra YouTube content. I made a video a day because I was off from work, and I got to binge some, some TV, watched Money Heist, and I was just chilling.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay, I'm sending that interview with Danny the Bull now. Okay, boom. I'm sending that out now. You're tagged, and boom. If you check on Twitter, it's there. Oh wait, let me go ahead and we'll start here in another minute or two. I'm gonna jump in Discord and let everyone know in the Discord that this is live. And boom. Okay. All right. So I know we spoke briefly before we got started. So it's again laid back. So the first question I always start with, is where were your grandparents born?
So all four of my grandparents were born in the same town in Italy. A town called Orsonia. All four of them born in the same town. They migrated here. When my parents were about teenagers, they were about 15, 16 years old. They came over here, and they settled. Astoria, New York is where they settled.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. I am from that area. That's where I grew up.
Nice.
Not too far. Yeah, I would go to Astoria. I had friends that lived over there all the time. So that's awesome. So what about, so that was your grandparents. So, and by the way, Sam Z, what's up, man? Glad to see you in the chat. Anybody in chat, I've got a link to financial news and views. Danny the Bull. It's pinned on the chat. So go ahead and go. If you're, for whatever reason, you're not subbed, go and sub. Hurry back because you may miss some juice. Okay. So, all right. So Danny, your parents were born, I'm assuming, in Queens also?
My parents were born in Italy. They came here when they were like 16 years old.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
that was your, okay. Very cool. So your grandparents stayed in Italy?
No. You got to pay attention here, Joe. All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. So my grandparents came here when they brought my parents here. When my parents
okay. Gotcha.
Sorry if I was a little confusing there.
No. You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm here at the beginning. I'm here trying to send out that
multitasking, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know. So, all right. So then you were born where?
I was born in Astoria.
Okay, so you were born in Astoria. You grew up there and all that good stuff. Astoria, Queens, and so and I'm assuming that's the state you still reside in.
I'm still in Queens, New York. Moved out of Astoria, but I'm still in Queens. I've been in Queens my whole life.
So, okay, very dope. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So growing up in Astoria, obviously I see the background. I see some Thundercats up there. so what toys did you grow up playing with?
Yeah, I grew up with, I loved like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Thundercats. Those were my main go-to toys in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s.
Yeah, man. Okay. Same here. So, you know, the cartoons. So those are the figures. What about the cartoons that you watched?
Yeah, I watched like everything, man. You know, those obviously. I watched like the Smurfs. You know what I mean?
No,
I liked
yeah.
Looney Tunes. But I watched everything growing up. You know, I was definitely, you know, on that TV a lot. So I'm big into pop culture. You know, I love pop culture. I love TV, you know, growing up, cartoons, movies.
Okay. Very cool. So it sounds like we were both into the same things. You know, same era.
Yeah.
You know, same geographic location kind of deal. Okay. So what about your TV shows, not non-cartoons, TV shows that you were into, or even now?
Growing up?
You know what? Let's do both.
All right. Growing up, I mean, I was into like everything, man. I went through stages where I watched like retro stuff from the 50s and 60s. I would watch like Nickelodeon back then, and they would play like, you know, Mr. Ed and all these old shows that I watched, you know, like My Three Sons. I watched everything. I love the Jeffersons, Good Times, What's Happening, Brady Bunch, Different Strokes.
Yes.
Webster.
Yeah, all classics.
Yeah, I grew up with all that stuff.
So, you know, I mean, did you have a favorite?
Nah, I just jumped around, man. I don't know that anything. I would say like the Jeffersons, maybe, and what's it called? All in the Family.
Okay.
All in the Family, man. Archie Bunker. That was some good stuff, man.
That was. He had that recliner, you know.
Yeah, classic.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah, wow. And that was Queens too. He was from Queens as well.
That was Queens?
Yeah, I think so. I think that he was from Queans. Yeah.
You know, it's been so many years, but you know, wow, that's a show that I used to watch, and obviously it's been so long since I've seen an episode of it. And you brought it up. I'm like, you brought up a memory for me.
It's classic.
For sure.
You could never make that show now.
Probably
they
not.
Could not get away with it.
Probably not.
Get canceled after the first episode.
That's the case for a lot of shows. A lot of shows are like that. They're different times.
Different time period, yeah.
Different times. So, all right. So, what about your like? Obviously, you had the toys, you know, that you played with and stuff. But what about a collectible? Like, are you okay? What was like the time that you say, wait a minute, this is something that I need to kind of cherish and kind of protect and save?
The first, you know, I collected comics back then, but I wasn't like a diehard. You know, I would just collect, but baseball cards were my thing growing up. So I was like really big into collecting baseball cards, me and my brothers and, you know, my friends, we would trade them. And that was the first thing that I collected.
Wow. I mean, that's obviously classic. I also, you know, same thing.
Yeah.
Baseball.
I think anyone who grew up in the 80s and loved sports, and baseball, I think, was the #1 sport back then. Anyone who grew up in the 80s, you know, baseball cards were big.
So talk to me about your team for
The
baseball.
Mets.
The Mets. I
Yeah.
was gonna say it's probably
Die
the Mets.
Hard. Yeah, they're there, man.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, man. That's what's up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I grew up Die Hard Mets fan.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I think 9 years old or 8 years old when they won the World Series in '86. So I remember all that.
Fast Eddie P in the chat, also from New York. We're sitting down with Danny the Bull. Whoever, if for whatever reason someone's not subbed, go sub. A link to his YouTube channel is pinned. We're just getting to know a little bit more about Danny. So Danny the Bull, the name of his YouTube channel is Financial News and Views. So okay, so what, through the years, we're growing up, I'm sure that there were some toys that you lost along the way, or what, for whatever reason. If you could bring back one, which one would it be?
Damn, it's a good question. I think my my original Castle Grayskull. I bought a replica. It's right there if you see it in the background. That's not a replica, that's an original, but it's gutted. It doesn't have the inside pieces, but I picked up a Castle Grayskull recently at a collectibles festival. But that stuff. And the one that Skeletor had, what was that called? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But those, I think those, yeah.
Dang. Oh man. But even though that it's gutted, the fact that you have it there on display, that's
yeah, it's dope. It's a classic.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. It's a classic, it's iconic. So and then going back, I was curious when you mentioned baseball cards, do you remember like the first big card that you owned?
I don't remember the first. I remember the big ones though. I had all the big rookie cards back then. Ricky Henderson, Cal Ripken Jr., Darryl and Doc. Those traded cards, Topps traded. Remember?
Yeah.
Mattingly. I had all the major stars rookie cards back then.
So you got them from buying all packs, or were you into just buying singles?
Yeah, no, I did both, but I don't remember how I got them. Or some of them were like passed down from my brothers. My brothers were older than me, so when they got uninterested in things, they always fell to me. Like my comic collection came from them. So that's the benefit of being the youngest, was that things would get passed down to me.
Yeah. I mean? How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings. I have an older sister and 2 older brothers. So I'm the youngest of the bunch. I was always the baby of the family.
Were they also into the similar things?
No, just one of them. The brother that's closest in age to me, he's 5 years older than me. He was into similar things. He was into cards and things like this. Pop culture, TV, movies, music.
Right. Yeah. It's I have older siblings, but they were never into. They're a lot older and not into, and
No, huh?
Yeah, no. I mean, there was girls, and they're not into that stuff, So it's like, yeah.
It's all good, man.
Yeah,
You got me now, Joe.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot. In the very beginning, I was rushing. I forgot to mention, I always have one physical collectible that I like to share. And anytime that we have an interview. So today is a Mike Tyson autograph card. And I figured, since I'm pretty sure that, we grew up around the same time period. And growing up, I remember watching Mike Tyson, sitting down, watching the fights with my dad. So I'm sure you probably have similar memories.
Yeah, paying $50 for a 2-second fight on pay-per-view where the replays lasted longer than the fights.
Yes. I remember I was young and I would struggle. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna stay up. And man, as you mentioned, the fights were over. Is like,
yeah.
Good times, good times. So, all right. So, what superhero would you be if you could be a superhero?
Damn, I would say Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man, man. He's just cool. You know what I mean?
Is it the money or is just?
Yeah, you know, he's a cool guy, man. Iron Man's a cool guy.
I like it.
Right? He's cool.
I like it. You know, it's he's got money. He's just he's like
not Iron Man. Maybe Thanos, but he's a villain.
Yeah, man. Everybody's gonna be hunting you down. All right. So, what about video games? Did you play video games growing up?
Yeah, of course. You know, we for original Nintendo, I had every game system pretty much. I wasn't big into Sega, but everything, all the Nintendo games, Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, Nintendo 64 and all that. Metroid was dope back then.
Heck yeah.
F-Zero, I was a big fan of F-Zero. I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, the racing. It was like
F-Zero was underrated.
It was like a spaceship that you raced.
It's like a hovercraft.
It was like a hover, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And that James Bond, that was dope for the multiplayer. That was.
I remember that game pretty vividly. My cousin said, I beat this game. You got to give it a shot. And he lent it to me. And, I remember I was like, wow, this game is amazing.
Yeah.
Any Zelda?
Yeah, I played Zelda growing up. Zelda was a little complicated, man. I didn't have the attention, but the first couple Zeldas I loved. The flute, man. Remember you had to play that flute. The music was iconic. It's good stuff.
What about, speaking of Mike Tyson, what about Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? Yeah, hell yeah.
Man, I remember.
It was dope.
Oh, heck yeah, it was very dope. I remember putting in some serious hours in that game.
Yeah, I remember also Tecmo Bowl was
the
best football game.
Yes.
And I loved RBI Baseball 2 and 3.
Okay, RBI Baseball, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure this is the game, I would put my batter like all the way down, and then I would, when the pitch would come, when the ball would come, I would go press up and swing as I'm going up. And I don't know, I felt like you would get more pop. I don't know if it's me. I don't know. But yes, classic game.
Classics.
Absolutely. So, how did you, come around to amassing this whole collection? Was it just you buying, growing up with your parents giving you? And
you mean like stuff behind me, or?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yes,
so that's
stuff behind you.
This is stuff I just accumulated in my adult life because my parents threw out all my stuff. My father in particular threw everything out, man. He threw everything out. Like a lot of people, not my baseball cards, but those I didn't take very good care of. My dad threw out all of my toys, man. I had like original Star Wars stuff that was passed down to me from my cousin, from the late 70s. I had all that stuff. He tossed it all.
No.
Yeah, man. So.
Well, you didn't do your homework? Like what?
Nah, he was just cleaning out the attic. Like he's very neat and he doesn't like clutter. And every once in a while he goes on a kick where he declutters the house. And I didn't really I went looking for them in the attic when I was, I don't know how old, and I realized they were all gone.
Oh man, that you must have been like,
I was like, yeah, I mean, at that time, what are you going to do? Years had passed, so.
Right. But,
Did me wrong. Did me wrong.
Did you mention it to him?
Now I'm like your dad, because look at this up on eBay. You threw all this out. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. So, talk to me about movies. If you were stranded on an island and you could only watch 3 movies, which three movies would they be? And if there's a trilogy or what, you know, you can, that counts as one. Like,
oh, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, and The Godfather.
All right.
Yeah, not part 3. I'd leave that one at home. 1 and 2, I'd bring on the island. Part 3 can keep itself home.
You know, a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
you know,
Godfather 3 was weak.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. Yeah. Okay, so you know, first car that you ever owned.
It was my parents' Toyota Camry that they passed down to me.
Yes.
When I got my license. Yeah.
Same deal. Same deal. You know, mine was a hand-me-down. I was fortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that you know, the fact that I know that area so well, I have to ask. There's some really good Greek food in Astoria, but you're Italian, so
my wife is Greek.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. How funny. So, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food's Italian food. My second favorite food, it would be maybe Thai food, and then Spanish food. Spanish food number 2, Thai food number 3.
Okay. All right. So,
but yeah, Astoria's got like the best restaurants.
I know.
Possibly in the world.
Man, Astoria is crazy.
I think so.
There was gosh, I don't remember what was the cross street, but right. It was under the L. There was a Cuban restaurant, and I'm going back quite a number of years now. Maybe 20 years ago was the last time I was there. But yes, you're right. I've been to Greek restaurants over there, Italian restaurants, Cuban restaurants, and it was phenomenal over in Astoria. It's
awesome because it's the most diverse city in the world, you know?
Yes.
And the food represents those different cultures. So no matter what type of food you want, it's there.
Yeah. John
and
G.
It's good.
No, absolutely. John G, welcome. We're sitting down with Danny the Bull. I've got a link to his YouTube channel. Everybody, drop a like. And also, if for whatever reason you're not subbed to Danny the Bull financial news and views, please go do so and hurry back. We're just gonna chop it up here for a little while, get to know who he is as a person. We know him as obviously the YouTube personality here, but we want to get to know him a little bit more as a person. So, okay, all right. So the most valuable collectible. I mean, because the thing is, you've got some heat behind you. You've got some heat, and I'm just curious. What if you know which one?
Yeah, it is. I guess in my baseball cards, I brought them out because I figured you'd ask.
Oh yes. Let's look at some baseball cards.
So yeah, I think sorry, I'm holding my phone. I don't know how good this is. We were having some tech issues, but I got this 52 Mays. Yeah.
A 52.
52 Willie Mays PSA 2 and 2.5.
Beautiful. That is mucho.
Nice.
That's a hot card right there.
Yeah, it's kind of dope.
Yeah, that's very dope.
Then I've got this little Babe Ruth action over here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What the freak?
Got a little Babe Ruth.
Bro, you did not prepare me for this.
Yeah.
You did not prepare me for this.
Yeah, got a little Babe Ruth, big Gambino.
Let me see the Babe Ruth again, please. Holy crap. Can I see the backside, please?
Yeah. It's a Sports Kings. It's a PSA 1, but it's pretty good. I think it should be a 2. But the coloring's pretty decent. I think it should be a 2. They gave it a 1. I picked that up. I'm super obsessive. Like, that's my personality. Whenever I get into something, a hobby, I'm really, really obsessive about it. Like, all day obsessive.
Okay.
So I got heavy into baseball cards for a couple of years, again, as an adult, a couple of years ago. And, that's, these are the results,
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
Oh wow, a 53.
That's a dope 53. Yeah, that's a 53 mantle
Bro,
right there.
bro, you are bringing out some. This is just, guys. Look at. Okay, yes, mucho caliente, Gino. Absolutely, Fast Eddie P loves it. Yes, yes. This is nice. I love this.
This is my most expensive modern card. It's the Trout 10 PSA 10 Trout that I picked up. Yeah.
Bro, it doesn't. Wow, it takes a lot for me to be speechless, and that, man, that is very nice.
Yeah, those are a few of them. You know, like I said, I got really big back into the card collecting game. I've sold off some in the last. They've gone up so much. I sold off some in the last few months. I had a 54 Satchel Paige. It's a beautiful card. I sold that one off for a couple thousand, but to fund my crypto purchases.
Oh my goodness! That wow. Yes, I agree. Everybody likes what you're showing. Wow, very cool, very dope, very dope. I can't even speak right now. Okay, so obviously we see we've got some bangers, we've got some high dollar collectibles. Obviously, beautiful. I have to say this is, thank you for not mentioning this because I really this was authentic surprise for me. Very nice. I love baseball cards. I love them. So this was actually a treat for me. So thank you.
Nice.
Okay. Let's talk about, and you mentioned crypto. I want to go there, but I have to ask, what collectible do you have the most sentimental value to?
Oh man, I don't know. You know what? I try to detach from them, to be honest. I try to detach because it would be probably the Babe Ruth card, just because it's so dope and it's not something that I ever really anticipated owning, Yeah. But I try to detach from them because when I fall in love with them, I just want to buy more. You know what I mean? And I can't afford to be in love with baseball cards and crypto and NFTs all at the same time. I got to take a break. Right. So I've been taking a break from baseball cards to focus on crypto and now, NFTs. But yeah.
Right. And the same thing with me. I've taken a break from baseball cards and comic books. So because of crypto and Veve. So let's go there. So Veve NFTs, how did you get started?
Well, through the OMI token. So I was introduced to the OMI token through, like a lot of people, through Andre Jick mentioning it, back in whenever that was, April, when he had bought it. But I didn't buy it right away because I wasn't yet into small coins. I was more focused on like Ethereum and, some of the bigger coins. But I kept it in the back of my mind because it made sense, that this was in an emerging sector. And I always like to focus on emerging sectors and try to pick who the winner's going to be. So I kept it in the back of my mind. And then I revisited it, about 8 weeks later, and the price had come down. And that's when I went down a little rabbit hole on OMI. And then I discovered Veve, but I held off, and this was a mistake. I held off on buying Veve NFTs because I know how obsessive I am. And I didn't want to start buying NFTs. And that was a mistake. So I focused only on OMI when I should have been focusing on both. But it's all good because it is what it is. You live and you learn. And I've since picked up a bunch,
okay, the same questions apply. So I'm going to go and repeat them, but just talk about Veve. So if you want to talk about it, the most valuable Veve collectible, one, that you have.
Yeah, I have the Todd, the Batman. Yeah.
I saw earlier today, it got another little bump.
Yeah, it hit 8,000 today. Yeah, but that was like, so I landed the ultra rare Steamboat, Mickey Mouse. So I landed that. So then I sold it, and then I put that into the Todd.
Damn, bro.
I was doing the math, and I was like, man, these are comparable in price right now, but the Todd is rare. The Todd is the Todd. It's the first.
Right.
Looking at the circulating supply in the secondary market, and I saw that it was ready to blow. So I bought it. I bought it at 5,000. I sold Mickey for about 4. I bought Todd at 5. It's not like I've had it forever.
Right.
But I flipped into it, and I'm happy that I did.
And the reason why I say damn is because I got the same Mickey Ultra Rare. I got it.
Oh.
And the whole thing was, my dilemma was, do I sell for the Todd? And you did what I didn't, and look who won.
Oh.
For
now, so, yeah.
Hey.
So you got it on the drop as well?
Yes, sir. Got it on the drop.
What you should have done was sold it at 6,000 and bought 2 Todds.
And that's exactly, somebody in the chat, Fast LDP, mentioned that, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? Let me see. Let me get, and I was stagnant. I didn't pull the trigger. And look, I lost. I lost that.
It's all good.
So
yeah, you got Steamboat Willie. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's gonna do very well over time. But it was like an impulsive move for me, because I didn't really anticipate selling Steamboat Willie. I figured that's like, another Grail piece. That's another long-term hold. But then I saw Todd running. It was at 5, and I was like, damn, this is gonna go a lot higher than $5,000 long term. Like this has the narrative behind it. You know what I mean? The narrative. If you're a collector, like the first of its kind ever. It's got that narrative,
I know.
So I was like, you know what? This makes too much sense. And I just pulled the trigger real quick.
No, yeah. And that was the right move, obviously. And, I thought that the Mickey was going to see a pump. That is what I thought, right after the drop. Obviously, I saw it go crazy, but I did think, and then come back down. And I said, you know what? I think it's going to go a little bit higher.
Again, yeah.
And that my plan was, when it does that, I'm going to make my move.
Yeah. It will. These things move in cycles, they pump, then others pump. So it will again. What happened was, there were about, I don't know, 6, if I'm not mistaken, like 6,000 of them. And so a lot of people put them on the secondary market, and it's like a race to the bottom until it thins out a little, and then it'll be a race to the top again. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I feel strong about the Todd, because it's the, FA of all sorts, so I'm like, I strongly feel that that's the play. That's the play. And knowing that, I kick myself. It's like, I know that was the play, and I didn't make the move, know. But as you mentioned earlier, you live and learn from these things. I've been on the app for a few months, and I'm learning every day.
Yeah, that's all it is. And we're still early.
Very early.
Yeah. So there are so many Grail pieces that have not yet even been released, and so much opportunity. So, 99% of the collectibles that they're going to release haven't even come out yet. We're just at the very beginning of this.
Right. So I'm curious. So what was your first drop that you came in at? Whether you participated or won?
It was the first drop that I got, and I tried and failed a few times, but was the what's it called? The Serial Killers 3.
Oh, okay.
So it was recent. I was away when my intention was to, go for the golden moments, but I was away on vacation, and I got preoccupied. I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was totally detached. So then I came back and was like, damn. But it's all good. Like I said, you miss some, but then you learn from your mistakes. I was so focused on Omi for months. I was accumulating OMI and accumulating and just trying to build my position and build out some other positions in some other crypto plays that I didn't want to be distracted in, by another thing that I was into, because, knowing how deep I go into things.
Right. So, when OMI is easier to buy, if it's, through Veve on an exchange, I feel that it's going to go crazy. What's your feeling on that?
Yeah, I think that it will. And, I think it will. I think it'll do well, especially if it hits a big exchange. It'll also mitigate some of the whale manipulation. It's very easily moved right now, being that it's on small exchanges. So, there's a minority of people who own the majority of the token, is what it is. And so it's easy to move the price up and down on these small exchanges with little volume. So that's going to be an added benefit of moving to the major exchanges. And also, so many people, it's got such a great narrative, because when people realize how big NFTs are, and now this is the coin attached to the NFT play with all the major IP and licensing, it's very easy to understand why it's a good investment. So I do think it'll pump, but I also think that it's going to meet a lot of selling pressure, because there are people with billions of coins. And when it hits those, so if you're holding billions of coins and it hits 1 cent, 2 cents, you're up 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. You're going to sell off a portion to take profit, not knowing what lies ahead for the market. So, a lot of people think that it's going to moon this year. I'm a little more conservative, and I think that it's going to meet some sell pressure along the way. But I do think it's going to do well this year, and long term, I think it will do really well.
Absolutely, I agree. 100%. The way I go in is I have a budget, and then I have a percent that goes different places, and I'm thinking of increasing my percent. I'm lowering it from Matic Polygon. And increasing my percent to OMI. Yeah, I do it not the first, but the beginning of every month, and I haven't done it yet for this month. And I think that in complete transparency, I have yet to buy any OMI.
Okay.
So this month is that's my goal for this weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna lower and then put in that into OMI.
Yeah, I think OMI is a good long-term play. But I don't think that it's going to moon this year. Like, some people think it's going to, maybe I'm wrong, but some people think it'll get to 10 cents this year, 20 cents, even higher. I personally don't think so. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm patient. I'm a patient investor. I'm looking at 2025 for all of my investments. That's the year that I'm looking at. I never look at this year. I don't look into 2022. I don't care, to be honest. As long as the fundamentals are strong, there's so many factors that could affect the price of an asset. So I'm always looking long.
So do you recommend any, and again, look, not a financial advisor by any means.
Yeah, not at all.
Right. Yeah. We're just chit-chatting. We're just chit-chatting as friends. So any other cryptos that you like?
Well, yeah, my crypto portfolio is concentrated on layer 1 protocols like Ethereum, and then Solana and Cardano. I have Matic as well as my layer 2, and OMI, and those first 3 are my biggest positions. And then I have a little bit of Matic. I've got Chainlink, which I like a lot. I've got Engine, another NFT play, and I've got like a little bit of Elrond. Yeah.
Those, I love those. Solana, I feel really, really good about. So
Solana's growing so fast. And they've got, like, good backers. I look at who's backing this play. I follow the money, so they've got like the youngest billionaire under 30, who's backing them and built a whole exchange on top of it. So I feel confident about Solana if they can fix some issues.
I was thinking of completely cutting out Ethereum and Bitcoin from my, as I said, my allocations, and putting more into Solana, Cardano, and Matic, and now, as I mentioned, Omi.
Yeah, I had Bitcoin, but I did move all my Bitcoin into Ethereum because I think Ethereum is going to outpace it over time. And now I don't hold Bitcoin, you know. And in time, I might layer back into Bitcoin only because I think it's the safest of all the crypto plays because the whole market moves as Bitcoin does. So I might take, I may at some point take profit into Bitcoin, but Ethereum, I move my Bitcoin money into Ethereum.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, all right. So, what about stocks? Do you dabble in stocks?
Yeah, so stocks, I was pretty big into stocks about a year ago, and I shifted totally into crypto. Not totally. I still have some stocks. Tesla's my biggest position in stocks. Neo, which is another EV play out of China, which has gotten killed because of the geopolitical stuff going on. Chinese stocks are down a lot. Palantir, which has also gotten killed recently. And I've got DraftKings, also gotten killed. My stocks are getting killed lately, except for Tesla.
Okay. So, all right. And when with all of the collection, the NFTs and this and that, you know, did you ever get into, I mean, Veve NFTs, did you ever get into other NFTs from other marketplaces?
No. Yeah. I'm tempted to sometimes, but again, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Right, that you mentioned.
So, you know, I talk to some guys and they tell me about projects, but I feel like so much of it is just based off speculation and hype and community driven. And once the community dries up, you know, if the money dries up, the community dries up. So to me, Veve and Omi are the safe NFT plays, you know, and I try not to get too greedy and chase high risk, you know, high risk, high return stuff.
Right.
I try not to gamble.
I agree. I completely agree. You know, I think the fact that Veve has the license, and I'm interested in other platforms like Recur. I'm very interested in Recur. I do want to go in and have some investments in Recur. Absolutely. But again, I'm gonna have the large majority, you know, with Veve. That's where I'm gonna have the large majority of my NFTs.
Yeah. And for me, it just goes back to like having a set of principles that like I abide by as an investor, right? And so one of those principles is to manage my risk. And I don't know enough about that whole NFT space going on Opensea to manage that. And it's super, super risky. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I have an NFT project that I have going on, and they go for about $10 each. You know, I'm not, you know, trying to make somebody, you know, $1 billion from these things. They're like, you know, the latest one I did was Michael Jackson. I did one of Michael Jackson and stuff, but it's just, I think it's just something cool that you would put on your virtual world, I mean, virtual wall in, you know, metaverse or wherever it is that you can go and use this, and it would be something where you have an emotional tie to. I think it's just like how you would go and get a picture of, let's just say, Michael Jackson or whatever in real life. That's my approach to it. So yeah, you know, it's just a few bucks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to charge, you know, a few $1,000s like how I see, you know, some other.
Well, they get traded, you know, once they get released and they get traded, and then, you know, the communities drive the value. So are you an artist?
You know, I'm not an artist. I like to put together like 3D kind of stuff, and that, so I guess you could say it's like an artist.
Don't be humble. Don't be humble. Yeah.
But you know, a lot, most of the stuff is like legit, like art, like paint kind of oil, like what you would look like. It looks like that, you know. But
yeah,
no, yeah, I just put together like 3D different layer stuff, and you know. So, but yeah, you know what? I am an artist.
There you go, man. Own it. Yeah,
that's right.
Own it.
Artist from Queens originally,
yeah.
but I'm in Florida now. That's
all right.
You know, my sister, both my sisters, they still live in New York, and they're always like, you know, New York is the best, especially one of them in particular. I'm never leaving New York. You're gonna have to drag me out of this place.
That's funny. She still says it, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She loves it over there. She lives in Long Island now, but we grew up in Queens, in Hollis, Queens, and whatever. But yeah. She's like, yeah, you can keep your, you know, nasty water in Florida, and this is
yeah, humidity.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay. So speaking about, you know, family and stuff, what does your friends and family say about everything, the collection that you have of physicals, the cards that obviously behind you, the NFTs on Veve, if they know, the cryptos? What is their impression?
I think I'm crazy. Like, yo, Dad, check out this Batman. It's $7,000. It's like, sell it. It's a trend.
I get the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't get it. You know, I've been telling them to get into one of my brothers. I got to dabble in crypto a little bit, but he don't trust it. It goes down. You know, he loves it when it's going up. Right. When it's going up, he's like, what should I buy? Oh, what should I buy? You know, whatever. When it goes down, he's like, I can't believe I bought this. You told me to buy this. So whatever, man. I stopped talking about it. I'm gonna wait till 2025. I'm gonna pull out my phone. I'm gonna show them my portfolio, and I save their tweets. I save all the texts. I save all the text messages of them talking trash. I save them all.
That's good.
Yeah, I save them in a favorite. I favorite them in my album, so I know where they are in my photos, and I'm gonna come back to them in a couple of years. I'm gonna let them know.
You know, that's like a la Gary Vee. That's what he does. You know, he says the stuff, and he's like, I told you.
Yeah, man, I got receipts. I'm keeping receipts. They talk trash because I like to win. Also, I'm super competitive. You know, I grew up playing sports. I grew up with older brothers. I was always the youngest. I always had to like compete harder. So I'm competitive and I want to win and I want to be right. So, you know, when I'm going in on something, I want to be vindicated, especially when you're telling me that, you know, it's going to be worthless, or, you know, crypto is going to come and go and whatever, man. You know?
No, yeah, absolutely. That feeling you're going to get. And no doubt, that's where we're headed. It's just whether or not the people see that. If you know, that's just like when Bitcoin. You know, all those people when Bitcoin, obviously now, you know, whatever it's at today. If you had the presence of mind of seeing the vision back, look at you now. You know,
I know.
And I feel that this is that again.
Yeah, but they still don't believe. Like, they see Bitcoin where it's at, and they still don't believe. You know, they think that it's a fad, or, you know, crypto is difficult to understand. Technology is tough. It's hard to explain to people. Like, I can explain to someone what Tesla does. It's tangible. It's on the street. You see the Teslas everywhere. You know Elon Musk. I can easily explain to someone why Tesla is a good investment. It's hard to explain to someone why Ethereum is a good investment, or OMI, you know, when they can't wrap their mind around why an NFT, you know, is going to be valuable. I think this is it. It's got like its own language. And so it's hard. I think younger people get it more because they're born into it.
Yeah.
You know, like my daughter knows what Bitcoin is. You know, my son, like they know, you know, it's like they grow up with the language. So millennials, younger people, but what's going to happen is older people are going to age out of the markets and younger people are going to inherit money. And this asset, you know, the whole asset class is going to rise over time. You know what I mean?
know. It's so exciting. It's so
crazy. I can't wait.
I know. I love speaking to people that have the same passion.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
because then, you know, like one of my first interviews that I did, I was with somebody that didn't know much about NFTs, crypto, and I spoke, you know, about I just wanted to see on live how the whole interaction would be. And at the end of the interview, it was like no, like he like pretty much like it was, and I was just, all right, you know.
Yeah, they're like, but yeah, can't you just like, you know, take a picture of it? And isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. I'll take a picture and I'll sell this to you. You know, I'll sell the picture to you for, you know, $20,000. And it's like, it's not the same thing, but
it's not the same. But it's hard. It's hard for people to wrap their heads around it.
Yes. So, all right. So you mentioned you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many?
I have 2 children. Yeah, boy and a girl.
Nice. How old?
8 and 13.
8 and 13. Well, okay. So yours a little bit older than mine. So
how many you got?
I have 3, 2,
okay.
5, and 8.
Nuts. You're at your hands full. Yeah.
Brother,
that's why you do this late at night. You put the kids to bed.
You already know.
I was like, why is this guy doing this at 9:30 at night?
Man, it's there's no way. There's no way I could do this any earlier.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Yeah, I put them to, and it's Saturday, so it was like, you know, usually by 8:30 I have them in bed. Today it was like 9, almost 9, and I'm getting them to bed. I'm like, get to bed. Get to bed. I got things to do. So
I don't miss that. I don't miss that age. You know what I mean? I like them when they were little, but I don't miss like the work. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work,
brother. Oh my!
A lot of work, bro.
I'm in it. I'm in this.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, brother. So I appreciate you coming, you know, on to talk to me at 9:30. We started, you know, around, you know, so I appreciate it. I really do. So everybody in the chat, I've got a link to, we're talking to Danny the Bull. If you, for whatever reason, are not subscribed, I've got a link to his YouTube channel. It's called Financial News and Views. And it's pinned in the live chat right there. So go ahead, go subscribe if you're not for whatever reason, and then hurry back. We're gonna, you know, not go too long. We're gonna go for a few more minutes. We're getting to know who Danny the Bull is. So all right, so talk to me. Tell me about a grail, and obviously you have physical NFT. I'm sorry, physical collectibles. So let me get a holy grail for a physical and Veve.
All right. Man, physical. I love my belt. My WWE belt is one that I love. But you know, my collectibles aren't they're not expensive. But you know, I love this one over here, man. Little Scarface.
Oh,
Kind of dope.
Oh,
that one's dope. And you know, little Breaking Bad over here.
A great show. Great show.
Yeah.
It's oh my gosh.
Those are a couple of my favorites.
I love that one.
Then I got this one. Actually, these are kind of cool, man. I got the little Cheech and Chong. Just because it's so random. You know what I mean? They're so random.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I see you have the Infinity Gauntlet behind you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, and I got like World War II stuff. I got like a stuffed shark down there. I don't know if you could see that, but
yeah.
I just like, this is my man cave. This is my basement. So I told my wife, you know, when we bought the house, I just need my basement. I need it to be the way I want it. And I like to surround myself with things that I like.
No, absolutely. So, okay. And if there was well, okay, so what about on Veve?
Well, the Todd is my grail on
okay.
Veve.
Okay, so
the one that I want, I want the Superman, just because I love Superman. So I'm probably gonna pick that up at some point. I'm gonna flip into it. I'm working, and buying, trading some stuff and trying to, accumulating my gems.
Yeah.
And looking to flip into Superman.
So I'm if you were able to tell Veve, hey, I want you to make this NFT, what would it be?
Oh man. Well, they're going to do it. Is the Star Wars stuff is what I'm most looking forward to. I want like a Darth Vader. I want a Darth Vader that breathes. I want the ultimate animated Darth Vader. I want a Yoda. I'm looking forward to those a lot. You know what I also want? I want some horror characters. I grew up as a big fan of horror movies. The first movie I went to was a movie called Madman, 1981. It's a slasher movie about a guy killing people in the woods. I was 4 years old.
Stop.
Yo, I was 4. My father took me to a slasher movie, rated R, obviously, about a guy who hacks people up in the woods. I was 4.
Dude, stop playing.
Yo,
did your mom
crazy.
know?
Yeah, I don't know, it was crazy. He took me to see like Nightmare on Elm Street in 1983. I was 6. I vividly remember going to the movies. So I fell in love with horror movies at a young age because he liked horror movies. And I guess that was the only time he got to go out because he had 4 kids at home. So he like brought me and my other brothers as well. But nowadays, they'd call ACS on me.
No,
I brought a 4-year-old to a slasher movie. That'd be crazy.
No.
Someone will report me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you can't do that now.
Crazy.
No,
you can't do that.
No. All right, so what? Obviously, I love the fact that you have baseball cards. You have old school vintage physical toys, and you have Veve, you have crypto. I love all that. But if you had like not okay, so what was the best, I guess, purchase profit wise? Like, what was the best deal that you ever got?
I don't know. I think collectible wise, I think that Willie Mays card I got for under 1,000, and within a year it went to like $7,000 or so.
Wow.
So that was pretty big. Then just flip. Landing something on Veve though for $60. The Mickey Mouse is like $60, and to have it go to 6,000 is 100x.
Yeah.
In 3 days, it went to 6,000 in 3 days. It's 100x, and nowhere else. So a lot of people complain about, it's hard to get the drops. It's hard to get the drops because they'll 100x some of them in a matter of days. But you don't have to get them all. If you got one ultra rare, a year, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then mix in some rares and whatever. That's a lotto ticket, and that's where it starts at. They're going up. That Mickey went down. It's down to about 3,800 right now. That'll be over $10,000 in due time. You know what I mean? And what did that cost? $60.
Right.
They're basically lotto tickets. So it's just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And you're right. That you put in $60, you get that ultra rare Mickey. Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, in the chat, Moonboy says, let's get some Twilight Zone NFTs. How about that?
Oh, yeah. I got a couple Twilight Zone collectibles. Hold up, man. I got this guy. Wait, where is he? Remember there was a ventriloquist dummy?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah. And I got another one. Hold up, man.
Oh, stop playing.
Remember the one, that episode with William Shatner? That's one of my favorites, man.
Holy crap.
You remember that? Did you watch Twilight Zone?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I put it on Twilight Zone I know you're gonna laugh. We're talking about bad dads, right? I put Twilight Zone for my kids, and you see how
that's great.
And I put it on for my kids, the black and white originals.
Yeah, it's great. Twilight Zone is classic. They can
Yes.
never recreate it. They've tried so many times to recreate the Twilight Zone, but it doesn't work.
No, man, it's so funny. Yes, yes, yes. Justin in the chat. Twilight Zone is lit. Absolutely.
What's up, Justin?
Yes. So you know, it's I love it. I love it. They a lot of people were talking to me about Black Mirror.
Yeah, I was gonna say Black Mirror is good. Black Mirror is good.
Okay.
You need to watch that. You ever watched it?
I put on the first episode
The one with the pigs. Yeah.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
My wife, I kid you not, I'm watching, right? And she's folding clothes in the bedroom, but is right there. And she hears that I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it's the one with the virtual reality game and whatever, right? And she comes in there and she's like, "What in the world are you watching?" I was like, "I don't know, man. This is making me feel uncomfortable."
It's dark.
Like, yeah. And
It'll take you places. It'll take you places you don't want to go. That's why I love it.
Bro. Yeah.
I love dark. I like dark stuff. Stuff that makes you think. When Black Mirror is good, it's really good. You know, not every episode hits, but when it hits,
it's a home run.
Yeah, Black Mirror is dope.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
And Black Mirror is very timely. Like, you know, watch it because you're going to see things that they portray. You see it starting now to come to life, you know, like a social rating system. They do that in China now. So, I mean, just check it out, man. For sure. And by the way, before I forget, the NFTs that I have made, I before we end or after, should I say, send me your public Opensea address. Do you have a Opensea? No. Okay. Well, the day you get one, shoot me the public address and I'll send you. I've got a Michael Myers. I have a dope.
Yes, and I see the stuff that you're into is like all the stuff that I'm into. So you like horror movies also? Yeah, I love it. I have a Michael Myers. I want to do all of them, but right now Scarface, dope. Yeah, stuff from the 80s, right? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You know, the Scarface one, it has audio on it, and say hello to my little friend, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's classic. For sure. Okay. So what about a bad investment? Something, it could be on Veve or not, or crypto, something that you got into, and hey, bro, we've all been there. Mm-hmm. Something that I got caught up in when the high growth stocks were booming. I bought in companies that I still like, like Planet 13. I like Planet 13. That's they're like Mary Jane, they sell that in Vegas. So I like the company, but I bought it at a high valuation, which since came down. So, buying things at the wrong prices. I like the companies that I bought, like very good food companies. Another one that's like they do vegetable, meat made out of vegetable, whatever. Yeah. Okay. I like the company, but I bought it at a high valuation. It crashed down. So, you live and you learn. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And also not being convicted in 2017 when I bought Bitcoin. I bought Ethereum. I bought Ripple. I bought Ripple at like 3 XRP. Cents. Mm-hmm. XRP, yeah, like 3 cents or something. But I wasn't convicted. I didn't know. I didn't do my homework. I didn't, do the deep dive. And then once the price dropped, I bailed. Yeah. So, those are things. But, every bad investment is investment in yourself. Every wrong decision, if you learn from it, will lead you in the right direction. Mm-hmm. So you don't get to becoming a good investor or make good decisions without making bad ones first. Absolutely, I agree. And everybody in the chat also, I you know what, I may have forgotten to mention, this is open forum, so we're gonna have them. We're sitting down with Danny the Bull, asking them a few questions. We have him for a few minutes more. So please, a link to his YouTube channel is pinned. But it's open forum. So go ahead, throw a question in there, and I'll ask it. So, okay, a problem with Veve. Do you feel that there is any, if any?
A problem with Veve or Omi? Like Veve?
Yeah, the app.
Well, I think them being slow. I think their biggest problem is that they grew too fast. They were expecting this sort of growth in 4 years. That's what they said in their AMA on Friday. They grew really fast. I don't think they intended to. And because of that, now they have to meet the expectations of everyone. They need to scale their business accordingly. And like the fact that MTL isn't out yet is very frustrating to people. Like people can't cash out of the app. So, and I think sometimes I think that they're great with like the AMAs and communicating and building a community, but at the same time, sometimes they don't communicate some things well. All right. So like, yes, at the AMA, they said something like, well, not a few countries won't be able to cash out. Well, that leads people to think, well, what countries? Like I'm from a different, I live in wherever. I'm in France. I'm in whatever country. To just say that and walk away from it, I feel like, they need to do a little better there with communicating. But overall, I think the team does a great job.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons why I'm so, have such conviction is because of the team and the job they do.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think just like any company in the beginning, there are going to be some issues, growing pains.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Okay. So if you were going to be rich, but you had to work or run a business, what would it be? What kind of business would you run, or what kind of job would you run? But you're going to be rich doing it. Damn.
I don't know, man. I think I'd want to be into like filmmaking, something creative.
Really?
Yeah. I spent some years learning how being into filmmaking. So I think that's it. I taught myself how to edit. I do a lot of writing. I did a lot of writing back in the day. So I, write and film my own movies.
Okay, super dope. Wow. Okay, that's definitely unique. All right. So, by the way, anybody watching, I'm asking questions just to get to know who Danny the Bull is as a person. Okay. So we're just getting to know him. All right. So favorite car?
Tesla. I need a Tesla.
All right.
I want a Tesla because I'm in love with the tech, man. I test drove one and it was driving me on the highway by itself. It was dope, man. Definitely. That's my next car.
That's what vevedrop said. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh yeah? Yeah. I do. Yeah. I caught some of that interview.
Yeah, he said Tesla too.
Yeah, Tesla, man. I'm not a car guy. Like I don't love cars, you know what I mean? But I love Teslas.
Yeah.
They're just sleek. Have you ever been inside one?
No.
You got to go test drive one.
Oh man, I go do that. I may buy one.
Yeah.
My cousin was actually not too far from Astoria. Anyway, a used car not a used car, a car salesman. I'm trying to remember the dealership. Anyway, and he said, once I get somebody to test drive, I know it's a wrap. Like the percent versus not test drive is like astronomical. He's telling me, he's like, man, that is my goal. My goal is not to sell him the car. My goal is to have him test drive.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I need to do it anyway. I need to do it.
You got to do it, man. That self-driving is sick. Man. It's scary. It was like changing lanes and there was a truck riding up next to me and no hands on the wheel. My wife was bugging out in the back seat.
Brother, I would be bugging out.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. What about 3 places that you want to go and spend some time? It could be places you've been to already or you haven't been to.
I like traveling. So Peru, Machu Picchu. I was supposed to go the year in 2020. My trip got canceled because of the pandemic. We're going to go there, Galapagos Islands in Ecuador. I'm I want to go to Poland to see the concentration camp in Auschwitz, you know, history-wise. But I'm a big fan of traveling. You know, my family, I try to bring my kids traveling. We took them to 6 countries. Europe. We went on a European vacation for about 30 days in, I don't know, I forgot when, 5 years ago, maybe. 2 kids, dragged them 6 countries, 30 days.
Wow.
So I'm big on experiences, you know?
Wow. Yeah, no. And that's the thing. They're, you know, they're at a good age where they'll remember it.
Yeah, well, my daughter don't remember anything, but she was like 2. But my son,
it was happening a long time ago.
5 years ago. She was like 3 years old. She sees the pictures. So, but my son, he's been to like 20 countries or something like this. He's 13. He's been to a lot of places, you know?
Okay, I have to ask. Yeah, what's your favorite number 1 place? Number 1.
Damn, I don't know. Paris. I loved Paris.
Really?
Just for like, you know, the ambiance and the culture. Italy, like Rome. I loved Rome. Been to Greece. Slovenia is beautiful.
Wow. It's, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite sport? I'm assuming baseball?
Baseball, yeah, 100%. Okay. Everything else, like I was into football being young, but it never quite stuck with me. I was a Redskin fan growing up. And my brother, my oldest brother is a huge Cowboy fan. Yeah, no, I was a Redskin fan. I think I liked, you can't say, can I say Redskin anymore?
Oh,
Washington football team.
Yeah.
So I was a huge Redskin fan growing up. I don't know why. Probably the Jets sucked and the Giants sucked in the 80s, I guess. I don't know. And I think I liked the uniform. But I fell out of it. Baseball's been my diehard, man. I'm a diehard Mets fan. It's my passion. I love the game. You know, it's slow. You can have a conversation during it. It's
right.
Nuanced. So
I love the strategy behind it between the pitcher and the batter. That's my favorite part of baseball. You know, I think people like my wife, you know, she hates baseball, you know. I mean, not hate, that's a strong word, but you know, she doesn't, you know, she's not crazy about it. But I try to explain, you know, there's strategy here. You know, look, he just threw whatever curveball. Now, you know, whatever the
setting them up. Yeah,
right. You know, exactly. That's what I love about it.
It's a game within a game. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so about baseball, I have this, you know, a lot of controversy about the K zone, the strike zone, whether it should be continued being called by an umpire, or should a computer take over the calling balls and strikes. What's your opinion on that?
I think they should test it out. You know, let's try it out. I wouldn't mind trying it out as long as we don't have Joe West calling behind the plate. He's the worst. That guy calls strikes 6 inches off the plate.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, I would test it out. You kind of lose something, but you know, I didn't like instant replay. I didn't like the idea of instant replay when it came out because, you know, it's just, I'm a purist. I considered myself a purist. But then once we got used to instant replay, now I like instant replay because now I know I won't lose on a bad call.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it does help maintain, like the worst thing that can happen in baseball is, you know, a bad call and you lose game 7. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's important to get it right.
Even if it's your team that loses, but
you don't want it to happen like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm with you. Okay. I noticed you have a Wu-Tang shirt on, sweater.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wu-Tang is forever.
The Wu-Tang is forever. Super dope. Talk to me. Favorite type of music?
Oh God, man, I love music, man. The first album I ever bought, 1983. I was 6 years old. Was Run DMC's first album. I grew up in the 80s. I grew up loving hip hop, rap. I loved KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, Eric B. and Rakim, LL Cool J. I grew up diehard hip hop fan that extended into the 90s. Of course, Biggie, Pac, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Outkast. Huge, huge.
Oh my, Nas. Oh my.
Nas, I seen them all in concert. You know, being in New York, I was able to go to Manhattan at a place called Tramps. It was a small hole in the wall, and I saw so many artists there who later blew up. You know what I mean? I saw Outkast there, and standing behind me was Slick Rick.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Slick Rick had his gold chains on. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Slick Rick.
That's crazy. I met Slick Rick in person once also. That
was dope.
That is, brother, that is, yes. And I'm the same way. We're not interviewing me, but I just want to say I'm the same way. I love the same music. Absolutely.
But I also like rock. You know, I grew up with grunge also, and I love Nirvana. I love the Chili Peppers. I love the Beatles. You know what I mean? I listen to everything now, except pop music. I don't like mumble rap. I'm a big, I like Kendrick Lamar now. My modern rappers, Run the Jewels. This is like the modern rap I listen to. I'm a Kanye fan too. I like Kanye. A lot of people hate him, but
yeah, I mean, he's definitely has a unique
polarizing.
Yeah. So, okay, all right. So again, we only have literally a few minutes. If you have a question that you want me to ask, ask it pretty soon. And we're talking to Danny the Bull. YouTube channel is Financial News and Views. It's linked in the live chat right there. It's pinned on top. So if you're not subbed, go sub and hurry back. We have just a handful of questions that we want to go through. So let's jump in the DeLorean. Let's throw on the flux capacitor. We're going to go ahead and travel. Talk to me. I want 3 different time periods. One before you were born that you want to go visit. One during your life, that, a time period during your life. And then one time in the future. So give me 3.
Before I was born, I would say I'd like to walk around like old New York. You know what I mean? Just feel like the ambiance and the culture, or being the gladiator, being like in the Coliseum during gladiator times. Ooh. And give the thumbs down on someone.
Oh, you're gonna do the thumbs down?
I give the thumbs down. I'm going thumbs down. Yeah, I'm gonna go thumbs down.
Bro, that is fire, bro. Mucho caliente. That right there, that is.
What would you do? You would do thumbs up?
No, you know what? I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Thumbs down. Yeah. Yeah. It's much more fun.
I love it. Wow, that is such a unique answer. I freaking love that answer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
During my lifetime?
Yeah.
I think I would want to go to see Prince in concert.
Ooh.
Purple Rain concert. Prince.
Ooh, I love that. Purple Rain, some Prince.
Purple Rain. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. And then what about future?
Damn. Future didn't happen yet, so I'm not so sure. You know what? Just give me like 100 years from now. I want to see where I want to live in the metaverse. You know what I mean? I want to live in the Matrix. I want to see just what the technology's like. And that's my hope, is that like Elon Musk figures out how to pull my brain out and plug it into a computer so I can live forever.
Brother, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, before, some.
I'd love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't got to shovel snow. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a one negative about living in New York. So, okay. So, that's, a little crazy, some people may feel that that's a little far-fetched, but I don't. I am totally with you. That's coming. Do you believe in aliens, extraterrestrials?
Not in like the way that we think of them. Like, I don't know, man. I go back and forth in this. Like, it's like never ending out there. You know what I mean? We can't see. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to fathom and wrap your mind around the fact that this is the only planet in the whole, multiverse that has life. So, yeah, really super, but, who knows?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just so huge.
I would love to go to space. I'm afraid of heights and I don't like flying, but I would love to just, go to space, man. That'd be dope.
Oh, heck yeah. That'd be super dope. Oh my God.
Would you do it? You'll be able to in your lifetime. It'll get cheaper. It's like $250,000 right now to jump on the waiting list for, the private space. But they just take you like right, and then you come right back down.
Right. I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it. Yeah, I would do it. I mean, the thing is an experience that, I mean, come on, So, okay. All right. So what about, I don't know if you have tattoos or not, but if you were going to get a tattoo, what would it be of?
Man, I don't know, man.
Like you have
I don't like the permanence. I don't like the permanence.
The permanent is kind of permanent.
That's what it is, man. That's why I never got one. I don't know what I would get. I don't know.
Star Wars? Some Star Wars?
I don't think so, man.
No.
I don't know. Maybe a woo symbol.
Oh, we're going
dope with the symbol.
We're going with the woo.
Or I might get Thug Life tattooed across my belly like Tupac.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pull it off.
Bro, you got it, man.
You think I can pull it off?
Yeah.
I don't think I can pull it off.
We go get the tattoos. I'll get a matching
across
tattoo.
The belly.
Yeah, we'll go back in time to the Coliseum. We give them no shirt with the Thug Life, baby.
Do one of those.
I love it. Okay, all right. So Danny the Bull. All right, you know what? Let's we said hard stop 11. We have 5 minutes. So last question. What is something about you that maybe your viewers don't know about you that would be surprising? Something you're willing to share.
I don't know. I mean, I actually did make a movie about 10 years ago, maybe. Yeah, I made a movie. I bought my own equipment. I scripted. I wrote like a 120-page script. I took a year and I filmed a full-length movie, and I edited it myself, and it was with all my family and friends. And I held a screening for it. That was a pretty cool experience. It was a cool experience just to do it with, people that, now I look back on it and some of those people aren't here anymore because they were older, but, I got like my whole family in there. I got all my friends, people that I grew up with. So it was really, really cool experience. And that, so like I said, I'm big into editing. I was big into like editing and filmmaking. And that's what I always wanted to make a YouTube channel for that reason. I never knew what. I always thought it would be more entertainment centered. I never knew what I would do until, this happened. So it was like a perfect crossroads for me.
Yeah, beautiful. I love it. Yeah, man. So everybody, that was the interview. Again, once this is uploaded to YouTube, I'm going to go into the description. I'm going to put a link to Danny the Bull's YouTube channel, Financial News and Views. I'm going to go ahead and have that. And in all my videos, I'm going to have a link. Anyone who comes on, I put on, I have a little section in all my descriptions. So you'll find it there. And, I hope everybody enjoyed this. We got to know Danny the Bull, the person. We're going back in time to the Coliseum, Thug Life, thumbs down. Now Oh,
yeah,
man. So
thumbs down.
Thumbs down, baby. You got it. You got to give them the thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
So everybody, again, I appreciate you taking out your time from no, seriously, because look, I know how it is. Wife, kids, family, I'm there, so you taking out this time to talk, and also for everybody to I guess, get to know you a little bit better as.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate you you inviting me on, and I like talking, and I like talking to people in the community. So, it's a good opportunity.
Yeah. And you know what, right now, John G puts a thumbs down. You know what? Thumbs down right now. I'm welcoming the thumbs
But give a
down.
thumbs up on the video. Thumbs up on the video. Throw a like. But thumbs down in the chat.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love where your head's at. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again. run on over there. And Danny, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just end the live, and I wanted to just talk to you for like 2 minutes. Okay, all right, everybody. Thanks.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And by the way, good luck in all your collections.